is your Slightly Average Guys podcast. This week, we have a few announcements coming up. Everything's going to be all hunky-dory, but this week is a week to never forget. This is your Slightly Average Guys.
Whoa! Yeah!
What up, people? This is your Slightly Average Guys. Welcome back to another week. It's happening. We're doing this.
Yeah, we kicked
We're
it
live.
off. Whether you were ready or not, it happened, Andy.
I wasn't.
Yeah, we're live. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to comment. Feel free to join in on the conversations. We are here with you. We are having a conversation. Enjoying the fun. Quick updates, just real quick. We have switched our live dates from Thursday to Wednesday. We're going to see how that works for us. You know, everybody's pretty much flexible for the most part, so that's good. But check us out every Wednesday at 8 Mountain Standard Time. We don't ever change time, so if you're in Arizona, that's awesome. 8 o'clock every single Wednesday, you're good to go. If you're somewhere else, I'm sorry, figure it out yourself. You know, that's all I got to say. But welcome back, you amazing people. And let's get this show on the...
New episodes will still be posted on Thursdays. All right. We have, first off, somebody is requesting why Andy isn't wearing his awesome sunglasses from the last episode. You know, just he's got to keep changing it up. You can't use the same thing every week. I mean, it keeps people on their toes, keeps people guessing.
He's got a new sweatshirt, man.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my festive Christmas velour jumpsuit. I got it Kohl's.
Yeah, every week, Andy is going to be adding additional Christmas attire to eventually become Santa Claus. We've discussed this.
Yeah, I might have a special guest with me next week, too. We'll see.
Ooh.
Is it Santa? Santa! I know him! I know him.
But it is a holiday treat. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Can I just revert back to our last podcast real quick when we talked about favorite Christmas movies?
Yes.
I've been watching an absolute ton this week, and I hated Elf previously, and maybe it was just in the time frame that I was in my life, you know, young, all that good stuff. I watched it again, and I was like, all right, damn. That was pretty good.
I was the exact same way. Like, I could not stand Elf until like last year, and I was like, this actually isn't a bad movie. Why'd I hate this?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I have to agree. So after we did that, I had a couple movies that popped up, and I was like, these aren't bad. And then I saw one, Snow Day. Do you guys remember watching that movie?
Is that the one with the dog?
No. So Snow Day's about Chris Elliott's in it. I don't know if you know who he is, but these kids get the day off because it snows, and like all this shit ensues, and how Mr. Snowplow Man ruins Snow Day, and then all the little kids work to basically break his snowplow down and steal his bird. Go watch
my
it.
God, what a bunch of asshole kids.
Yeah, I know, but it's a great movie.
Okay.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah, so I just had to mention that because there have been movies this week that I have watched, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of good Christmas movies out there, and I've actually recorded a few too to watch them later. One of them was the Jack the Snowman, where the dad turns into the snowman or whatever that movie's called. I'm excited to watch that one too. Jack Frost.
Yep.
You guys watched any scary Christmas movies? Have you watched Krampus?
No.
Okay, watch it.
I'm more of a like Christmas with the Cranks, you know, besides the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, like I mentioned last week.
Yeah, for sure. So sorry, side note, but I had to let you know. Elf, not bad.
Not bad. All right. Well, Ryan's stepping up his game. Well, then, since you guys started with that, let's just throw the whole shebang of the order that we had out the window and go with keep the Christmas theme going.
Okay. All right. Can we please end it though after this? Because
I know we're going to do this all the way up till Christmas, so we got one more week after this. Yes. There's going to be some. Yeah. Okay. Scrooge. You know. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. When somebody says Scrooge, do you instantly think of like McDuck? Which is what I think of, or do you think of, you know, Scrooge from the movie?
McDuck.
Yeah. And how much do you even know Scrooge McDuck, Ryan?
No, I know Scrooge, like, you know, the name, but no. That's my bad. You know, my bad. My B.
Okay, so Andy, me and you, we're just gonna go with that. You know, we've moved Ryan out of the order.
Hey, I saw that.
Oh man, that's
Hey, I'm
bad.
watching live too. Okay.
All right. Well, it was DuckTales, and he was the wealthy uncle, and he had a huge like silo bank vault that he kept all of his coins in, and he swam in them. And I always wanted to do that, And as an adult, I realized that A, coins are disgusting. B, how do you dive into coins? Like this just seems like a dangerous move. Again, going back to like things that were overhyped. As a kid, stop, drop, and roll.
Ooh, so speaking of reverting back, I asked my daughter, who's 13, I said, do they teach you about stop, drop, and roll? She's like, kind of. And I'm like, bastards.
They've corrected it. They've corrected their problem.
What's that mean?
Basically, they stopped talking about it because it doesn't work, is basically what I'm getting at. They have a new method that's like, find a friend that can piss on you or something.
No, it like
way too drastic. But.
The other one that I thought of, from last week to this week, it was, did you guys ever have like, I think it was like junior achievement, but it was like that little town that you would like go to, and that like everything was small, like they had little cars, they had like little shops you could go in. Or maybe that was just a thing for our friend Dawn. Maybe that's what that was, just a little town.
She took the short bus too. She must have taken the short bus too.
Yeah.
Step stool, a lot of step stools. Anyway.
All right. So, what is one thing that you wanted for Christmas as a kid, but you never ever received? Even like it was just that thing that you wanted all the damn time,
Sure.
But like it just never happened. And what's odd is I actually don't know the answer to this question for myself.
Okay.
Well, we'll let you go last then, and I guess I'll just kind of tackle since I kind of butted in there and said you can go last. But I've always kind of grown around. I had cousins, right? Not me personally, but motorsports, right? And I'm talking like dirt biking, four-wheeling and stuff. When I was a kid, you got friends and cousins that all have these like cool toys, and you go over there and you play with them all the time, and it's a lot of fun, right? But then you go home and you realize like you don't have that stuff. So that is absolutely one of the things that I've always wanted was a dirt bike. I had no purpose for it. We all lived in a normal neighborhood with streets and no backyards full of dirt and forest to go make your own trails and jumps. There was no reason that I absolutely needed a dirt bike, but I wanted one for years and I never got one. But today, looking back, did I need one? Absolutely not. Do I still want one now? Hell yeah, those things are awesome. But again, even right now, do I need it? No. So that's mine. Dirt bikes for sure.
Okay, so I had a couple. One, from a little kid standpoint, anything WWE related. One of them were these little buddies. They had these big like stuffed animals.
Yes.
Right. I don't know what the term was, but they were like, let's call them buddies, and they were like Hulk Hogan or Andre or the Ultimate Warrior or whatever. And like the whole point was that you wrestled them and like you would jump off the couch and like do your elbow. I wanted one of those.
Is this one of the things that you like punch and then it comes back at you? And
No,
it's just like,
no, this was basically just a pillow that was filled full of foam.
But it was like this little guy. I mean, he was probably like 2 or 3 feet tall, but it was like a character.
Okay.
It was a weird little pose. That, and then anything G.I. Joe related, but specifically the MF aircraft carrier. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, because this thing was at least 6 feet long. This was like the ultimate. If I had to judge like the richest kid in my school or friends, whoever had the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier was it. Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, I know that guy. Okay, cool. And I'm looking up the it's on my computer. But
you see the price
yes,
on this?
$227.
Holy cow. Yeah, the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier was the ultimate toy because there was no reason to have it. You couldn't do anything with it other than put all of your G.I. Joes on this bad boy. And even now as an adult, I would still buy it. I would have that and just have it in like the pool, and it would just be the best thing ever. There it is.
I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty cool. Even now, like if somebody still had that to put on a desk somewhere, to put on something, that sucker's huge. That's 5 feet long.
Or if that was your desk, right? Yeah. If your desk is the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
I'm not gonna lie, my desk is shaped kind of like that. With a solid paint job, I could absolutely make my desk the aircraft carrier.
Wow.
This is
$800.
It's on eBay.
Yeah, that's eBay though. You can't trust that. And $200 shipping. It probably comes pre-assembled. That's why.
The Lego, that's the 1985 USS flag. Oh, it says his flag.
Andy, you're showing your age. 1985.
Yeah, I'm old.
Hey man, the Lego one that's the modern one is still $150.
Jeez. Yeah, so those were the things that I really wished for, and listen, obviously, we got cool stuff, but those, like, the disappointment of, like, it didn't matter what I got, like video games, bikes, and those were the things. I'm like, man, but nobody else got the G.I. Joe thing though, right? No, so there was no jealousy. And then I think I had friends that had the WWE buddies, but those are my two wishes.
All right, well, I've had a little bit of time to think, and I can't really remember much. I don't there's massive parts of my childhood I don't remember, but which is funny because if anybody that knows me, like, I have like a brain for remembering every little stupid detail to make fun of somebody. It just happens, including myself.
Well, it's got to be stupid though for you to remember.
That's true. Yeah, maybe that's the key. It can't be like a heartfelt moment. But I do remember wanting a Stretch Armstrong.
Okay.
You remember that guy where you stretch that guy like out like super super long and not getting that. But I rectified that by just stealing it from my friends. So, that happened.
So I feel like you guys are talking real young.
Yeah.
Like pretty young.
Yeah.
I'm talking like maybe like at the end of elementary school, middle school, and like coming into early high school, like that type of 3-year time frame, which is totally cool, right? It's all about your memory and what you think about, what you wanted at that time frame for sure. But mine, I would say I'm older where you guys are discussing.
Easy. Middle school, early high school. The pussy.
So are you guys this is gonna be this whole episode right now is just all ass backwards right now. Have you guys watched Big Mouth?
Oh yeah.
Only the first season.
Great
so
show.
I'm looking at the intro to the show, right? It hasn't even gotten to the show. It's doing like the I don't even know what you want to call it. The intro. That's what it is. And I'm just watching this like, oh, and if you haven't seen it, I'm not even going to try to describe it. You just have to go watch the intro. And if you enjoy watching the show, great. I just led you in the right direction. But I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And they're like, no shit at all, straight to the point, diving into what people don't want to talk about. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, nobody wants to have those awkward conversations with their children, right? Nobody wants to do it. Nobody likes doing it, but it has to be done. Well, boom. Now you got Big Mouth to just butt right in and sit your kid down for a solid 20 minutes and say, watch this and let's discuss afterwards. Because it's honest. It's literally what it is. It's honest. No matter if you're a little boy, a little girl, doesn't matter, going through that stuff. And, do I like this?
I feel like that was like a positive Ryan's rant.
Yeah, it
was like a PSA.
Yeah. It does a good job. Like, if you don't want to have this conversation with your kid who's of age and, about ready to have that conversation, have them watch Big Mouth. Is it inappropriate? Yeah, but does it get the point across? Absolutely.
If you watch that show, I don't know if you totally agree with that statement, but okay.
I'm gonna show it to people on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let my daughters watch that, but I agree. Like, going through it, yeah, looking back, like, oh yeah, 100% hormone monster. Yep. All day.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. I also hope like that my two co-hosts just bailed me out of the where I took it.
I think this whole live podcast right now just got 100% derailed. Both of them were me actually, and I apologize because the first one was I re-talked about the movies we discussed last week, and I totally just went off the tracks with that conversation.
It's all right.
Blame me.
Thanks for a good talk. It's not all scripted. We're here. We're live. It's raw. It's us. All right. What is the worst gift that you've ever received?
Mm-hmm.
Worst gift. And you could say something that, like, all right, I'll tell mine because this is a relevant piece. I remember one year, being so pissed. And again, this is as a kid, and like I got bed sheets, and like I think they're for my mom or my grandma. I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure they're for my mom. And like I was like pissed. I'm like, what is this? What is this crap? You know, because this you can give me this any time of the. You give me this now. This is when you give me this. Like what? It was horrible, horrible. Absolute worst gift ever. You know, now if somebody bought me like bed sheets, I'd probably be like, "This is the shit."
Yeah, I know I would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know. I 100% know mine. Andy, do you have yours first?
Yeah. So when I got two. When I was little, any clothes, it didn't matter what socks, shirt. I didn't want any of that. And then sadly, as I became older, the worst thing I got was nothing. There was like one Christmas I didn't get anything. So it was a little sad.
That is pretty sad. So mine was it? Andy, you guys probably already realize what it is.
So you're gonna give them 30 seconds or more?
Is that what did I say? 30 seconds or above?
30 seconds or above.
Oh, the sound keeps going out from Heather.
Yeah,
but
should be good now.
So, anyways, I'll continue on. Audio fades out for Teeter alone. Okay. I'll just continue on here. We're going around white elephant,
worst
right?
Gift. Worst gift that you've ever gotten. It's a white elephant for those people that didn't hear just a minute ago.
Yeah, it was a white elephant. And we talked about it last episode. We're just going around white elephant. You don't know what to expect, right? And you just got to accept what you get. It's not that big of a deal. You just, if you don't want it, throw it away, give it away. It doesn't matter. I'm the one who received the poop blow up emoji. I'm not kidding you. That's probably the worst thing I've ever received. I'm just like, really? You're going to waste your efforts on that? I don't know. I did not approve, but again, that's part of the white elephant, and I laughed it away, and I stabbed it to death.
Immediately after the white elephant.
Immediately after everybody left.
The doll. Ryan, show us where on the doll where Christmas hurt you.
Oh yeah, this one hurt me right in the banger, right there. Oh, we got a new doll? What?
What's new?
Ryan, every week we have to show a new doll, and then it'll just repeat after itself. You got to put like numbers on the back of them so we know.
Dude, we can make that happen for a while.
I know. There's so many. There's probably enough. If there's definitely enough for 2 times a week.
The shark.
I'm not joking, Andy. There's so many there. We could probably do every other week, 26 weeks, and we'd still have enough.
Listen, I went through that phase. We call them buddies at my house, right? So that we went through that, and we had a ton. My oldest one was in a Winnie the Pooh, and we had 20 Winnie the Poohs.
So this was the one stuffed animal as a kid that like I was just obsessed with. It's a little frog.
Nice.
His name's Froggy.
No way.
Yep.
I was always obsessed with the monkeys that had the Velcro hands.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
Katie's got one of those.
Yeah, I can't reach that one right now.
Yeah, those were always best.
We've gone. This is a weird podcast episode.
we're just having a conversation, having fun, and drinking beer. You know,
now we're just derailed. There was a question that was asked: "What's over my right shoulder?" You probably see this tiny little thing that's on the wall. So I feel like we might as well answer that.
Oh, we can't totally see it. There you go. Hold it up.
So this is what's on the wall. This is a drawing of my dog Duke. That's Duke. This is not my drawing, by the way.
Okay. So all right.
Yeah,
we were worried because the skills on that seem to be above your pay grade.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
All right. So I feel like we had a game plan for this episode where it was going to start out with a legitimate topic, and Ryan.
No, but this is good because now we can go into the actual real question and topic based on all the shenanigans that have happened.
Actually, yes.
Yes, this is good.
This is a very good point. All right. So legitimate question. How do you define success as an adult male?
We all have to laugh at that just based on what we just previously talked about. Oh my God.
Oh
That's
man.
great.
Yeah. So how do you define success as an adult male? This is like a legitimate question, like not just like a boohoo haha, like, you know, you can still get an erection, you know, like that's, I think that's 70 plus, maybe 60 plus. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not to that point yet, but like, let's say like that might be your definition of it. Like, all right, like Ryan, where are you at with defining success as an adult male? Which is actually good. Cause like you're how old are you?
I am 29.
All right. So somebody that's still in their 20s, you're about past your prime, but go ahead.
So I'm going to say, I just bought an electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I know that's kind of funny because we were talking about it pre-show, but which Andy had mentioned that could absolutely be someone's, you know, filter on what success may look like. Buying appliances that are just above and beyond what somebody actually needs. They don't go to places where people don't brush their teeth and hand them electric toothbrushes. They hand them the basics of the basics.
And the commitment to your oral health to spend that much money, I think is a definite sign of success, because you have realized that this is important.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna answer that one more time with a more serious note, and how I would really, I mean, I feel like I'm proud of myself. My loans are just ridiculously low and almost paid off. And once that happens, like, I'm throwing a rager. Yeah, y'all are welcome. And I'm just like, if you can do that, like, good on you. So my loans are almost paid off. Both my car loan already paid off my car loan. Just waiting on the student loan. So just super excited, and I'm glad that I'm able to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, that's another part of it, right? Like, not only am I paying it off, but I'm able to do it at a decent rate, a much faster rate than normal. Yep. So I would absolutely put that into the bar of success on where I'm at.
Yep.
All right, Andy, you've just recently dropped into the darkness. Where are you at on defining success?
Yeah, I don't know. This was tough. And even trying to just come up with something that's not goofy, but relevant, and trying to be serious. I think, I believe that for me, because I have daughters, that there's some type of success for me with daughters and what type of people they become. You know, like, I bought a house and cars and all that other stuff. I feel like the people that I've created and helped put out into the world has some sort of success on my part. Like, I actually did a good job, no matter what stupid shit I might have done or did or do. If I can turn two little girls into strong, you know, successful women, I feel like I've done a good job.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you a thumbs up for that one too, because that's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it's a tough question though. It really is.
Yeah, agreed. There's so many things that could define success. Like, what do you pinpoint on our podcast that's what you want to talk about out of all of these things that we could talk about, right?
Which is what I was, you know, thinking about when I was driving a couple days ago and I came up with this topic. I was like, oh, this is actually a relevant something that we can like dig into and be really different versed in, right? Because like everybody can have a different opinion of it. Like I don't have many hobbies and stuff. Like I define success by like work and what I build, right? Like for some reason, like that's what my brain goes to. Like I've just like nonstop grinded on work, you know, over like the last 20 years essentially, of just every single day going above and beyond no matter what I do. There's been times, you know, where work hasn't been right. They haven't treated me right. Not my current job, but like places that I've been, you know, worked for where they don't treat you right. And everybody's like, well, why don't you slack off? Like I would try to for a day and then like I instantly go back just because that's not who I am. You know, I'm just always full throttle all the way into it. And I'm either going to do 130% or, you know, I'm just going to move on and do something else. And I think one of the big things that I'm always doing is like, I'm always hustling. I'm always doing something else, right? I always have side things that I'm working on. That's whether it's like this podcast is one of them, right? we're in the middle of building it, trying to gain a following. Everybody, please share this with all your friends that you do listen to and watch, so that way we can get more people to watch if you think they're going to be interested in it. We don't just want likes and views. We want people to truly, be interested in what we're talking about. And that's why we try to do funny stuff and serious stuff whenever we can. But like, back to the point, like, again, side hustles. I'm doing stuff on the side right now, or if people just ask me to help set stuff up. I've helped people set up podcasting things. So I'm always in the trench, always building something, always working my mind on, what's the next thing that I can do. And I'm not necessarily just to make a buck, it's really like, what can be something big one day, rather than, ultimately I would like to make money off it, but it's not something that I have to make money off it today.
And I feel like I would agree with your statement on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it literally pertains, and not that you'd want to move the camera to show everybody your poster, in the background, but if you could just read the poster in your background, I mean, it's kind of to a T.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it says, "Be humble, be hungry, always be the hardest working hustler in the room." So,
Yep.
You guys can't see it. I can't even move the camera enough so you could. But
and he's humble, and he's, what was I didn't know the second one, and he's always the biggest hustler in the room.
Not always
in
humble.
a good way, right?
I struggle with the humble
part.
piece, and that's kind of where I wanted to like take it for a second, was like, where do you struggle with, like I struggle with trying to be humble about what I'm doing. There's times where I really want to brag about it. There's times where I don't ever really call myself by what I've achieved in the business world. I'm a chief information officer for multiple different companies, have been for the last 8 years, I think. I worked my way up through the ladder and everything. And it's funny, like, people ask me, "Oh, what do you do?" It's just easier to just say the tech guy.
Yeah.
I'm just a tech guy, which is horrible because I'm like always downplaying it. And that is a form of being humble about something, but it's also like the moment I actually can brag about something that I've done.
For sure. For sure. 100% agree.
All right. Since we went super deep there, let's bring it back. Let's give a little update. This week. We're rounding the final bend. But Ryan, give us an update on how your TikTok experience has gone, because you sent Andy and myself a text, I think at the beginning of this week. No, it might have been the end of last week, and showed us something. And I was like, "Are you shitting me? Like, are you, like, for real?" Because Ryan's on so everybody remembers, we gave Ryan a challenge a couple of weeks ago just to jump onto TikTok and mostly get lost in it. And like, it was just totally be the side of things of, okay, go into it, see all this random stuff that comes up, because I think that's how me and Andy absorb. We're just the viewers, right? Ryan did that same thing, but he's into posting. So go ahead.
So I had to get the full experience, right? I did the first week just basically like viewing, right? And it is absolutely like the snap of the fingers, just addicting. And then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to get the full experience, I mean, I at least have to post. And posting's the easiest thing in the world. You could be the stupidest poster on there, and, it doesn't matter, because, you're either going to get some likes and that's cool, or you're not. And hey, you're back to being the same person. But I've just been trying to post like random stuff. And I made one post, and in my terms, low, like, obviously don't have a huge following, not YouTube famous, podcast, isn't exploded yet, right? Not a whole lot of people know of us or me in general. So in my terms, this sucker exploded. Started off, posted it, not a big deal. The next morning, let's call it 12 hours, I have like 20,000 views. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm excited. 20,000. I'm like, all right.
More than you've ever seen on Snapchat or Instagram or anything by a
seen.
long shot.
And these are only views, right? So this isn't likes. This is just 20,000 people have seen it. By noon, 40,000 people. By 3, 4, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there, 75,000 people. And by the end of the day, I am over 100,000 views. And to date today, and this, again, I'm not trying to brag, but this is impressive for good old me, like, just not anybody special. I have over 150,000 views and over 9,000 likes, like people who actually clicked it and said, like, I will like this.
So
Which-
so people know, I'm showing it on my screen here. It's all he's doing is showing like a 32-ounce beer, one of the like half yards from the Yard House. If you want to go see it, go to on TikTok, look up Teeter_time. That's TEER TEETER_time. Apparently this whiskey is or scotch over here. Whatever I'm drinking is hardcore.
Yeah, and I cannot believe. So I ordered a 32-ounce beer, and where the kind of thing came from. And I'm at the Yard House, and if you know the Yard House or been to it, like you know what you're getting when you order that 32-ounce beer. But I had just totally spaced because I never go to the Yard, and I never get a stupid ass beer that's that big. But I ordered a 32-ounce Coors Light. I'm expecting a mug. As soon as this sucker came out, I'm like, gosh dang it. Now I look like the biggest freaking nerd in this place, like the biggest girl. Just, ooh, I got a 32-ounce. I'm going to Snapchat this. This is going on my Instagram. This is going everywhere. And I'm like, God dang, man. And so I was like, you know what? I might as well take a Snapchat of it. And literally, or TikTok, excuse me. Yeah. And literally all I did was like, not what I was expecting for a 32-ounce beer. And boom, it again, exploded in my terms.
Yeah, and it's got music behind it, which we cannot play due to us getting DMCA takedown notice. But like, just go there. If you're in the chat, I just posted it in the chat, so you can click on it and view it and actually see it yourself. But
it was cool. You know, I'm continuing to post and all that stuff. I'm having fun with it. We'll see where it goes. But it was just a cool experience. Not that it's ever going to happen again, but it was a cool experience.
Yeah, and if again, you aren't following him, go follow him because he's previewed some ones that are coming up. Some of them are videos that I took a while ago that he's turned into TikToks. It's going to be pretty funny. It's going to be pretty funny. So make sure you go follow Teeter Time.
And I mean, I have had Snapchat for years, right? And I'm just stupid on there. I post some stupid stuff. Some of it's funny. Some of it's like, I just can't believe that guy just did that. And I mean, all I'm doing is kind of exporting for now. Some of them are live and some of them are like, oh, I just did that. But most of them are just like previous videos that I'm like, that shit was funny. I'm posting that.
Which is one of the great things about them. That's one of the great things about TikToks. Its organic reach is so great. That's how, you know, you can post something right now and it literally goes viral, whether that's 100,000 to you or 1.2 million to somebody else, right? Like it can do that because the algorithm's going to show it to people that for some reason like whatever it is. And you're not even into like posting it with hashtags so people can find it on different stuff. That was just a raw video that's just like, hey, this is what it is. And you tag the audio to it.
Yep. It was cool. It was cool.
All right.
Good job.
Right.
Thank you.
So you kind of had a positive one, and I'm okay if that's it. Is there a rant that's a negative rant this week, or are we going with just a positive one? PSA.
You know what? No rants for Ryan this week.
All right. It's been a good week. It's been a good week for Ryan. Like, just don't talk about how his dog got into his cat box.
Can we just talk about that like next podcast?
It's too soon.
We're gonna write that down.
Too soon.
I'm putting it in the Discord right now.
All right. We are ending with a random question. Okay. Random question. And it's good for this week for the around that we've been doing. So, all right. Would you rather give up cheese or blowjobs for the rest of your life?
I feel like this is a pretty easy one.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, blowjobs, they really make my jaw sore.
Okay.
No, come on. You guys walked right into it. You walked
Oh
right
my gosh. You just gave us I'm not answering that now because now. Nope.
That's it. It's like George Costanza.
Oh my gosh, Ryan. You could have had both of us answer that question and been like, you could have set that up.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just, I was
rushed.
like, ooh, ooh, ooh. It was funny.
But now I'm definitely not answering that question.
Nope.
Cheese. Cheese.
Cheese.
Totally giving
cheese.
up cheese.
Yeah, giving up cheese. Oh, that is what it is. All right. Well, as always, we appreciate everybody, watching live or listening to it later on. Again, you can find all the past episodes on YouTube for the videos. You can find it on your podcatcher apps. We did have a problem with the scheduling system here recently, so it hung up, and there's a few backlogs. So over the next week, you're going to see probably 2 or 3 episodes potentially get posted right away. I'll space them out over a few days, but I'll manually post them so that way you guys can actually get them. But appreciate everybody watching. Please share it with all your friends, family, anybody you think that'll like this happy horse that we got going on. So appreciate it. And
every Wednesday, we're now switching it live, right? So every Wednesday, join us live, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Just again, I know I mentioned it in the beginning, but we'll be here.
Yep, every Wednesday live, and they'll be posted on Thursdays after we get this little backlog fixed up. So appreciate it, everybody. See you next week.